Hey guys, welcome back. Today in this video, we gonna go over bridge design pattern. So first of all, bridge is a structural design pattern. So it's about the structure of an object. And so in bridge design pattern, what all we try to do is we try to split a large class or a set of close related classes into two separate hierarchies, and we name them abstraction and implementation, which can be developed independently of each other. So we create abstraction and implementation to make it in a way that we split our class. So for example, we have graphic GUI, graphic user interface, and we want to have this over several devices. Or we have a remote control and we want to control a lot of devices like TV, radio with that. So to handle this, and in real world, we have to do. We need to divide this two separate, implementation, separate objects, and then we name one abstraction, the other one implementation. Don't worry about the name. Actually, this abstraction, I need to be clear that this is not the abstraction we know in Java. This is totally different. It's just a naming for help you to memorize it. Okay, so I start from this problem. So we have shape and color. Shape, actually different shape in different colors. So if you want to handle shape in all together, it's going to be difficult. So what we do, we're going to divide it to shape and color. Shape going to be our abstraction, color going to be our implementation. So it's going to be something like this. So we have shape contains of this color. Circle could be red or blue. Square could be red or blue. Yeah. So implementing this, or our graphic user interface. GUI. So you have your GUI layer. So we make it abstraction, and then you need to write this graphic user interface for different operating system, Mac, Windows, Linux. So how you do that? You write your GUI as an abstraction, and then you write the protocol in Swift or interface in Java, and then based on that, you're gonna create several concrete for each operating system, and then handle situation. So totally, our class diagram gonna be something like this. So let me go over and talk about it. So first we start from abstraction, our main class, okay? In this main class, what we have? We will have one private, this minus says private, property that keep type of it. It's going to be our implementation. So I will have one interface as Java or protocol in Swift by the name of implementation, which I'm gonna define my private property here, and then in my implementation, I will have several function or behavior that I'm gonna write several concrete for that. So this concrete could be different, and based of this, when I have this type, then I can make my future behavioral functions based of this and type of my implementation. Also, I can optionally I can extend this abstraction with new feature. We will go over different problem, and we will see. So, for example, remote control is good example. So we have a remote control. We're gonna create a class by the name of remote control, and we add actually one instance by the name of device and type of device. What is device? Device is our implementation protocol, which is a device protocol, and inside this we declare, for example, is enable, disable, get volume, set volume, get channel, set channel. Okay, and then I'm gonna write different implementation for this, for radio, for TV, and then I have this concrete implementation of this device. So I have this device as a private instance inside my remote class, and based of this I'm gonna implement the function for remote. So toggle power, volume down, volume up, and channel down, channel up. Okay, and also I can for example extend it by mute function to just set volume to 0. Yeah, so to do this we're gonna do it by with pseudocode. So you will see we create a class by the name of remote control. In this class we create device instance from type of device, and then we write our constructor. So if we say init, and this init, what we do, we pass our this property inside, actually, which is our device protocol, actually concretes from protocol. Yeah, we name each concrete, and then we can pass it to this device and say this is concrete for example TV. Okay, so actually to this action we say dependency injection. So you may heard about the dependency injection. This is dependency. We create an instance and we pass this instance inside our constructor. So or init. This is init or constructor injection, which is a dependency injection. You may heard a lot about that. That's easy, as you see. And then inside your constructor, you make it your this device type or concrete of that device as a your default, and then base of that you go and do your methods. For example, toggle power. So what you do, if device is enabled, that's okay, then device make it disabled, or else if it's not enabled, make it enabled. So this is how power button act. Yes, or volume. So you say my device set volume for that. So to doing that, say okay, what you do, you say okay, from my device get volume and -10. So then volume down, +10, then volume up, channel down or channel up, get channel -1, +1. So this is how you implement your remote class, which is your main class. Okay, and then you will create your advanced remote control, which is our extension for our remote control, and inside that we're gonna say mute. Okay, device set volume 0. Yeah, you see. Okay, then I'll go over device. So we said here we use device as our implementation interface. In Java we say name it in Swift we call it protocol. So device gonna be our protocol here, and inside device we say okay, I will have is enable, disable, get volume, set volume, and get channel. Yeah, and set channel, and then you're gonna implement this device. Actually you're gonna make a concrete of that. So from device I make a concrete by the name of TV, I make a concrete by the name of radio, sorry, and then inside this I'm gonna implement all of this function to deal with this TV. Okay, and now here as a client part, so I call I create an instance by the name of TV. Okay, so what is this TV? Here you go. Here we wrote a concrete implementation for device. So this is a TV. So I say my device concrete implementation is TV, Then I say, okay, I want to create a remote. So remote gonna be from remote control class. Here you go. This is our remote control class. And inside this remote control class, I'm gonna pass TV. So I do dependency injection. I send TV implementation class to my remote control class. And here by this instance, this private instance, I'm gonna use this functionality of TV inside my remote control. And now I can toggle power off or on. I can do the same for radio, so I can pass radio in there. So this is all about the bridge design pattern, and we can use it a lot in different situations. The majority of situation is that when you need to write a function, and you want to have to be able to switch in runtime. So now I'll go over this structure, and I am going for implementation. Actually writing code for that in different language, especially Swift and Dart. Okay, to implement this, in Swift, actually design pattern, bridge design. Okay, so for implementing bridge design pattern with Swift, first of all, we need to look deeply on this class diagram that we have from this design pattern in Gang of 4 design pattern book. So here, as again, I'm going to briefly review it, and then we're going to jump to implement it. So we have a class of abstraction. We have an interface or protocol of implementation. We're gonna write several concrete for our implementation, and then in abstraction we create a private property from this implementation inside here. So kind of dependency injection from this, and this means that it's contain this. So when I have this, I can pass each of this concrete that I like to abstraction and then use it in my future functions. Also, I can extend my future function here, and then from client I'm gonna create this and use it. Okay, so let's go to Xcode and start to code. So first of all, I start from my class. This class name, I name it Abstraction, no superclass. Then for implementation, so first of all I said I create file private variable, and I name it implementation. So this should be from type of what type do you want to be? I come here and say I write a protocol, and I name this protocol implementation. So this type gonna be implementation. Okay, so let's do implementation and then come back to to write down first of file private. So in my implementation protocol, I create a function. I say this function is operation implementation. So this function which return an string. Okay, and now I write concretes for this. So the first concrete gonna be class concrete implementation. implementation and type of implementation. So the first concrete, I say okay. So when I do this, what happened? I want to conform this by this protocol. Here say you need to have a function in there. Okay, do it for me. So it's create that function for you here. So I'm gonna write my function here, and this function implementation here for the concrete implementation. Actually, I named this complete implementation A. Gonna be I want to return. Okay, so I just write a return concrete implementation A and say here is the results on the platform A. Okay, and I write so it's gonna be concrete implementation A. So it's gonna be concrete implementation for platform A. Okay. So let me copy of this. You will see how good and handy it's gonna be. So for platform B, it's gonna be concrete implementation B, and this gonna be B. Okay, and it can be anything else. Okay, so now here I come back to my I wrote my my implementation. Let me go to here and see. Yes, I wrote this part and this implementation, and you will see these are all conform to this. Actually, now you start to get familiar with this signs in your class diagram, and you will see our usually our protocol, we name it as an interface in our class diagram name, and here method sitting here. If you have a property, it's gonna be here as well, but concrete's gonna be like this. Okay, so let's go back and do the rest. Okay, so now I want to implement my abstraction. So here I wrote this. Now I need to write my init. So my init, not this, my init gonna be broadcast implementation from type of, I should have put function here. So from type of implementation. Okay, so in this init, what I just say self dot implementation equal implementation. So I just say this property, actually this implementation, which is this self, gonna be equal my my class, and this is only available internally. Actually, file private, I can say make it even private as well. Okay, so now here I write a function. This function I name it operation. No parameter, return string. So inside I say okay, let's operation equal implementation dot operation implementation. What is this? It's this one. Okay, and what I want to return, I just return a string. So this string gonna be abstraction base operation with what? With slash n, and here I can put plus here and write my operation, but I want to write it down here, so backslash then here I put my operation. It should be backslash. I believe, yeah. So operation. So this gonna be result of this function. Okay. So now I have this part. Let's go back here. So I have this part as well. So I I wrote this feature number 1. So let me write an extension for that. This part as well. So I go back here, and here I just say, okay, I create a class. I name this class extended abstraction, and here abstraction. Okay, and here what I do. So I write the extension, and in this extension I just say override my function. So this function operation, which return a string, overwrite it for me with what? So I just say, okay, let operation equal implementation dot operation, and just return, I'm gonna return different. So here I'm gonna return same as this, except I make it extend abstraction base operation. Actually I name it extended operation with backslash n. Yeah. So this is gonna be my extraction as well. No initializer. So what is this? Well, it said it's not, doesn't have a no initializer. Okay, we're gonna take it, in implementation situation and see if it's work over there or not. Okay, so let me write client as well. So let's go back here. We done this, we done this, we done control and this. So we have all of this. Now we want to use this. So we need a client class. Okay, and this class by the name of client. Okay, no superclass. So in this class, I'm just writing a static function, and by the name of some client code abstraction from type of abstraction. Okay, and this function return nothing. What to do? Just print for me. So print for me my abstraction, not this one, this abstraction dot operation. So now easily I can call this and test it. So Just let me fix with this. So it said class abstraction doesn't have initializer. I have initializer. I can't understand. So file private implementation in it. Oh my god, yes, so here we don't need function, and this gonna be like this. Yeah, that's why. Say why it's make me to, yeah. So now we'll fix this part as well. So this is our constructor, and you will see I inject implementation inside here with this, and then I call it in my init. So this is a method of injection named init injection or constructor injection, and I use it in my function. So when I want to call abstraction, I need to mention what is this abstraction. Okay, so now I have all of this ready. I'm gonna take it to one playground. I can run it in my Xcode playground as well, but my Xcode it's when I go to playground gonna be very slow, so I brought it here in one lead code, and I put all of this here. So far no problem, actually no yeah, code. Okay, so here I'm gonna start to using this. So what I do, I just say okay, let's implementation equal concrete concrete implement. Let me bring it from here. Yeah. Concrete implementation B. Okay, so my implementation, let me say A. Okay, and here I just say okay, clients. Client dot sum clients code. Here pass for me abstraction with implementation with this guy. I make a copy of this, and I for another implementation I say implementation B, for example. Yeah, implementation B, concrete implementation B for me, and here I'm gonna pass implementation B. Okay, so what I did, I'm gonna run this. Let's see if it's work or not. Yes, here we go. So hello, which is desktop here. Let me put one \n. So abstraction based operation with concrete implementation A. Here is this. So this guy called, but this one I got again A as well, which is not correct, I believe. You know what? Yes, in my implementation, yeah, here we go. I made mistake. B. Yeah, here we go. So let me save this. Clear. Oh my. Yeah. And run. Here we go. So first one gonna do concrete implementation A, and second one gonna do concrete implementation B. So yeah, this is implementation for bridge design pattern. So let me go here. I made this concrete extensions, and I use client to call it. So now for make bridge design pattern more clear, I'll go by another example. So just imagine that we want to in real actually real world we want to implement run view controller by the name of base, and from that we create photo view controller and feed view controller, and also we want this to have some support for sharing service for Instagram and Facebook. So this is some real example. So if you want to do it in a bridge way, so we're gonna do it in two. We're gonna split it in two parts. Abstraction and implementation. So for abstraction, we will have a class. We will have our base view controller, and for implementation, we will have sharing service. Also we have another protocol by the name of content, and we put content that we want to share in there as well. So if you look at this class diagram, then we will go over to implement it, and you will see that I made my base control view controller from sharing support protocol. So I made a sharing support protocol, which is my abstraction protocol, and actually it's a protocol for my abstraction because I want to create one concrete by the name of base view controller. Also, I'm gonna make this inherit from UI view controller as well. So it's from that one as well. So it's gonna be my base. Okay, and let's go and develop this project. This actually design pattern. Okay, so I start from private protocol by the name of sharing support able. Okay, and this one, which gonna be our abstraction, we'll have a function accept, which gets service from sharing service. Actually, it's good to implement sharing service as well. Okay, so let me go function update from content and content. So you know what, I'm going to divide this, actually define all of this and then go one by one. So I'm gonna create a protocol by the name of sharing service. Also, I'm gonna create a protocol by the name of content. I'm gonna create a structure by the name of food domain and full domain mode. What else I need to create? I'm gonna create, okay, from sharing service, I'm gonna create two class, actually two concrete for that. So class name Facebook sharing service. So this one gonna be sharing service. Also, I'm gonna create another class by the name of Instagram sharing service. This one gonna be sharing service as well. So these two concrete from that. And from my sharing supports, I'm gonna create a class by the name of base view controller. So this one I gonna make it from UI you know what, I need to import UI kit to be able to use this. So UI kit, so here I'm gonna say okay, this is gonna be UI view controller, also sharing supportable. Okay, so and from this base case I'm gonna create two concrete class name photo view controller and class feed view controller. So this one gonna be from base, this one gonna be from base as a superclass as well. So I believe we are almost done. Actually, not the project, but here. So you will see, I made a protocol. Actually, UI view controller. I import UI kit, so I have this. I get it from that framework, and here I make a sharing supportable as an abstraction. For this sharing supportable, I needed a sharing service and content. So here I create sharing service as implementation. Another implementation gonna be content, and then for content I made food domain model as a structure, for my model. And also for from this I made base view controller, and from this two concrete feed and photo, and for sharing service Instagram and Facebook. Okay, so there are no this is contain, so this contain of this and this. Okay, so let's go and continue our coding actually. So I go to my first one, which is the sharing service protocol. So when I make this protocol and make my base, so here tell me that to confirm this you need to have these two functions. So here make these two functions for me. So but also this is bridge class. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna inject by file private variable instance from share service, from sharing, no, not sharing supportable, from sharing service, and I make it optional to be nil. So when I make this, I have two function, one access and one update. For update, here we can do our to do update, and then here we're gonna print what? Print / description of user selected contents, yes, which I got it from the signature and to share. And then after this I'm gonna say okay, my share service, which is optional, gonna share it's not completed, but contents and content. Okay, I don't have this share still in my protocol, that's why I will get error here, but don't worry, I'm gonna do it. For accept, I'm gonna say okay, my share service equal service. So this is going to be my base, which have all of the elements that we have in our our bridge design pattern. And from these I'm gonna create photo view controller and feed. Here it's gonna be custom UI and future. So what I want to do here, I just overwrite my description string here by return photo view controller. Okay, and excuse me. So this is for photo, and I'm gonna do almost same for feed. Excuse me, and here it's gonna be feed view control. Okay, and I'll go for my sharing service. Okay, so for my sharing service, which is my implementation in bridge class, I say okay, function share. What share? Content. From type of content. Okay, so for sharing service I made Facebook, which for this one now I need to conform it with this function. So I use this, and for this one as well. So now I need to implement this share function for each of these concretes. So for this one, for Facebook, for example, I just say use Facebook API to share a content. Okay, and here I just say print what? A service content was posted to the Facebook, And for Instagram, I'll do almost the same. Yeah, so let me do it by this way. So Instagram and service posted to the Instagram. And yeah, so just for Instagram, you know, I can add terminator as /n/n because it's gonna be an array as an input content. Yeah. So for content, also I'm gonna say, okay, so content, I say my content's gonna be from custom string convertible. Okay, and here I just say my variable by the name of title from type of a string, and it's gonna be get. Also my variable from type of images is gonna be array of integer, so array of UI image, this gonna be get as well. And for food domain, just say, okay, so this gonna be from type of content, and for this I have these two for sure, not this get, so I will have these two. And also I create variable calories, actually integer, and also I had description, so I just add description as well from type of a string, which is return food model. Okay, so here I just say incorrect argument call for terminator. It should be terminated, Okay, so this one is good as well. So let me see if I done everything. Yeah, Instagram sharing service. So yeah, let me put this implementation here. So this is gonna be my implementation, and this is gonna be my abstraction. Okay, so let's see anything else. So just review, let's review together. So first of all, we start from sharing supportable. Now let's go to image, this person, this guy, and we add accept and update. Then from this we made base view controller. Here is base view controller, and it's gonna implement these two functions, accept and update. Then photo view controller and feed view controller, these two concrete, which gonna override description for them, or any implementation for them in real. And then we go for sharing service, which is our implementation. Okay, for implementation we made for Facebook and Instagram. Here we go, sharing service, Facebook, and you will see that here I inject this, so I can use this share here. So, and also I have a content and food domain as an extra, actually a model and extra implementation. Okay, now let's go and use this. So to have this, to use this, I can write a test function, with XC or I can just write code for that. So I'm gonna say okay. Here let me write a function. I write a function, I name it test bridge real world. Okay, and in this function I'm gonna say okay, print what? Print client pushing photo view controller. Also later client pushing feed view controller. Okay, so to do this, what I say okay, push. Actually I need to create function push as well as a for my button. Actually function, I name function push, and inside this one I just said broadcast container is from sharing supportable. Sharing supportable, and inside this I just say okay, let's Instagram, Instagram equal Instagram service. Also I create an instance for Facebook equal Facebook service. Okay, and then I just say container dot accept service Instagram, and after I just say container dot update with food mode. Okay, but what is this food mode? Where it's come from? Food model. Yeah, not correct. Yeah, we had food model down there. Also, I say container for Facebook and container update dot again food model. So I need to create my food model. So here I come down here and I just say variable food model from type of content. So here I just say, okay, return for me what? Return food domain mode with this signature title. This food is so something. Also for image, I just pass an array from UI image, for example, something, and UI image something. Okay, and for colors I just say, for example, 47. So now I have this, and so just for push, what we want to return for push, we return actually nothing. And so I'm gonna delete this part. Okay, so now here I can use push, just say push photo view controller, and then print. Just to put one extra line. And here for feed, I just say feed view controller. Okay, function must be declared private or file private because its parameter use private type. Okay, so here this parameter use private type, but let me take all of this. I cannot run this in lead code control panel. So the old one, I'm gonna comment it, but I try. Okay, so I put this here, and now I try to run. I got, yeah, UI kit. I think I don't need to import UI kit. Let's see. If I get error, then I cannot run it. We need to take it to, yes, because I have removed UI kits, I cannot run it here. So the other option is to go to, Xcode playground. So I just here file new playground. So that exists. Okay, replace it for me. So now I put those here, and as I'm in playground, I am gonna take this, actually import XC test as well, and I will make to solve that private. So private class by the name of real world from XC test case. And now I can take this function inside my test. So you will see I don't have any error, and I can come here and say, okay, run this for me. So what it's gonna do, it's gonna print this and then my bridge design pattern. It's gonna be very slow. Anyway, yeah, this was implementation for us from this bridge design pattern. Yeah, that's it for today. I hope you like it. If you like it, please make sure to give a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to be subscribed for more videos which are coming every week. Have a good one. Bye bye.